I am live. No, oops, the comment. Let us know that you're here when you're here. It's quiet for the first 30 seconds. Hey, Stephanie, how you going? Hello, Shashakti. I am well. I am well. Just going to let a couple of people come on and I will start reading. Hey, Ellen, how you going? Gee, it's been a little while now, hasn't it? Lana, hello. Here we all go. See, they just go smash all of a sudden. Beautiful. All right, so I'm just going to skip back up to the top just because only a couple have commented so far. Pardon me. So, guys, live feed. No need to share my posts, my feed, or anything else like that. If you're inclined to, though, absolutely appreciate you doing so. Leaving thumbs up and hearts really helps my algorithm, which is why I've specifically said, please leave me lots of hearts. You can click that numerous times. It always helps, okay? So I am actually going to read for Stephanie first up. Guys, just remember, please, no pregnancy, no legal, and no health questions on the live feed. All right, Stephanie. Would love a card, please. So I'm reading with my deck, as always. The Eliza Gould, trying to get it in the light. Yep, this is my deck, so let's have a look and see what Stephanie's got. All right. That's funny, I want to go to both ends of the deck with you. All right. Okay, so Stephanie, you've got the patience card, the self-care card, and the cycles card. What I want to say to you is you're definitely being prompted at the moment. I want to jump onto the patience side, but I feel like the cycles is relevant. I feel like there's things that are coming in and out around you at the moment, and I feel like some of these things aren't necessarily in your control, but still very much in control of the what you do in between it all, okay? So being mindful of your self-care. And one of the things around the self-care is the truth, the honour. Oh, sorry, it's habit to hold up the card, so I'm going to do it. I know you can't see them. But it's truth, honour and awareness, and really kind of standing in those, because if I keep pulling for you and see, your next three cards are you need to trust your intuition. There's a lot of personal growth going on around for you at the moment, but you need to have self-trust. You need to have self-trust. And so they're just asking you just to be patient. This is just a moment. It's not a continuation, okay? It's not a new way of life or anything else like that. But as I said, I feel like it heavily relies on you just standing strong through there. It almost kind of dictates how you walk out onto the other side. And it may just things spinning around. I don't necessarily need to go to all doom and gloom with this, but I do feel like you understand what I'm talking about. So just remembering that beginnings and endings are in natural order. Don't try to hold on when the universe is asking you to let go, okay? Trust in your intuition. And as I said, a lot of personal growth, but self-trust and self-belief is where it all begins, okay? So you just need to be mindful of that. All right, so Stephanie, I hope that helps. And thank you very much for joining me this evening. All right, let's keep going. I did want to read for just going to go here. Yep. Could I please receive guidance if you feel drawn to me? Thank you. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Your family's quite busy around you at the moment. Let's have a look. I imagine you like things in order. That was very... interesting. Okay. There's always a theme to the evening. So you've pulled the bigger picture card, the spirit card, which I'll explain in a moment, but you've also got the cycles card as well. Okay. So the bigger picture, it's talking about just making sure that, we're looking towards the long term, basically. Like it can mean that decision-making processes shouldn't be made necessarily for what's better now, but for what's better later. And it can also mean as well that sometimes we've got to get through certain things to get to that end, okay? So it's just asking you to remember to think long term, beyond self, beyond these moments and things like that. Interestingly, you've got the spirit card around you. I'm quite drawn to your mother's side of the family. I don't do mediumship on the lives, but gee whiz, their energy sitting there quite strong, and I do feel like you're feeling this energy around you as well. Trust in the support and trust in the guidance that she's trying to give you. I feel like you're responsible for a lot of things. You know, it's almost like she's trying to help you with that. Yeah. And so you've got the cycles card as well. She talks about beginnings and endings are a natural order. And when I sit with this, as I said, I'm so drawn to family around you. And I keep seeing even like a younger male, like a son or a young adult male that's there that you'd be close to, that I want to draw some attention to. And it's just, yeah, so you trust in yourself, but just be positive. And then you've got the beautiful freedom card that sits there as well. So I want to, yeah, the cycles, you're sitting in there in a moment. It's an interesting energy. Sometimes we've got to let things flow. Try not to hold on too tight to circumstances and bits and pieces around you. And I want to keep that in context. Sometimes we need to fall on our face to be able to pick ourselves back up again. And that's, you know, it's not easy to watch others. And I don't necessarily want to make it all about others. I want to bring it back onto you as well. But most definitely, that energy is coming up very strongly around you. So I do want to say it does pass and everything is good. We need to look towards the bigger picture. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right. Let's have a look. Guys, I always appreciate if you like my Facebook page while you're here. Again, it helps with my algorithm. It helps with all those little bits and pieces. This is what I do. This is all I do. So like my Facebook page while you're here. Please. All right, let's have a look. All right, I'm going to just jump down and then I'll flick back up because time goes quick. What was that one? Yep. Then yeah, I would like to pull a card for you, please. I want to say to you, I'm drawn. What do I want to say? It's funny. You've obviously a little bit of a thinker, things like that, because all of a sudden my head goes. I want to say confidence and self-trust around you, and not in a necessarily even in a spiritual way, like, you know, let's get things done. I feel like there's quite a productive energy around that you're walking into. Hold your head up really high and proud. You feel like you've got a really strong knowledge base around you. So even if there is like ideas brewing around you, I want to say you're there, but keep your ears open as well, because there's still more learning, more information that's going to come in. And it will come from surprising places as well. I think sometimes it's when we stop to listen to the wind almost, you understand, that we pick up on what it is we need to know. But let's pull some cards for you. I've added 3 cards to my deck. I have. Which is good. Actually puts a little bit of a spin on the deck as well. Yeah, I love that. All right. You've got the spirit card out there as well. Take a moment, frustration. Yeah. Yep. So I just want to see where your story's going. Huh? Funny, I just mentioned new cards. You've got one. All right. Pardon me. Okay, so Xenia, what I want to say to you is you've got the spirit card that sits there, okay? Just talks about just taking a moment. A little bit of rest is needed because you've got a lot of frustration around you. You've got 2 cards in a row that's saying take a breath, regroup and take a breath. I don't by any means feel like things are, I feel good here. I feel strong. Okay, I just need to. So you've also got, if I follow your story, you've got the crossroads card, which talks about the fact that you are surrounded by decisions and choices in direction. However, you need to confront, there's a lot of energy like confronting fears, you know, when we do push forward and we take ourselves out of our comfort zone, we've also got to acknowledge those things that hold us back a little bit through that. And so I feel like there's a lot of energy in that and that you're facing that, but you've got the healing card that comes straight after it as well. So just have a look and see, looking backwards a little bit, pardon me, I'm getting tied up in like emotions and things like that. When I look back, I see even I get whimsical in my thoughts and I start kind of going off in my head. So I want to say to you, it's time to kind of move forward and let things go. Okay, and I know that there's simple words and the emotion that comes behind it's not so easy, but in its essence, I feel like when I continue reading, you're also asking you to draw attention to your health, and it's not just your physical health; it's like your mental, your emotional health as well. Think about these things and pay attention. It's asking you because you're caught in internal conflict a little bit. Then you've got the yes card. Okay, so if you get the yes or the no card within a spread, I'll pull you another card, and this is what you need to do. You need to look at the big picture, okay? Because the way things are moving around you right now, there's a dead end, okay? This way is not going to work. You need to call on your strength, and you need to be mindful as well, because there may well be a male energy around in this as well that's holding you back a little bit, but for the most part, I'm focused on you, and this card is about calling on your strength, okay? And when you do that, and you go through that energy of what we've just spoken about that's there, your last card in the spread is a prosperity card, okay? Which means that's where you're going. As I said, I feel good. But there's some hard work to do in the middle of it. So don't be afraid to let it turn you into a shining person, and don't be afraid of the fact that sometimes separates us and moves us on from where we are right now. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about lifestyle, all those kind of little bits and pieces around, okay? I feel like, as I said, decisions, choices and direction, it's really important. So honour yourself through that journey, okay? I hope that helps. Okay. Let me find another one. Hello. All right, let me just flip down because there's obviously a bunch of. Seen you a couple of times. I want to jump on. Where did you go? Sorry. There we go. Is it interesting that I always say the comments come through that quick? Sometimes it actually chooses who I'm reading for. So I will flick back to who I was reading for, but Rhonda has come up. What does 2021 have in store for me? That is way too big of a question to ask on a live feed. Yeah, what I'm going to ask is what you need to know most for 2021, okay? Let's have a look. And you know what? It's the same energy there around with you too. I feel like you've got a lot of just choices and decisions. It's almost like you get to decide to a degree how 2021 is going to go. It can be much of the same old, or you can pay attention to that gut feeling that you've got that's prompting you to kind of bring in a little bit more. And I feel, again, that you know what I'm talking about with that. So let's have a look. Yeah, see? All right, so you've got the heartache card, the sunset card, the seal the deal to move forward card. Okay, so what the heartache card talks about is challenging matters of the heart around you. And again, these do not necessarily need to be romantic, okay? Challenging matters of the heart can even be confronting yourself. And that's where I'm saying, I feel like your 2021 can be much the same, or you can call it out and start paying attention to this, which isn't necessarily going to be easy, but it brings in the sunset card. And what the sunset card is, it's the literal end of an era, a way of life, the way things have been, you know. So it's a beautiful thing. It's always, for me, I always talk about, and I always go back to the Easter show. You know, you've had a fun day and you've been on all the rides and all of, you know, eaten junk food, done all of those beautiful things. But come the end of the day, your feet are sore, you're probably a little bit hungry, a little bit sunburnt, you know, and you're ready to move on. Would you not have the experience? Absolutely not. You do love the experience that's there, but you're ready to move forward. Tomorrow's a new day, okay? And then you've got the seal the deal card. Make the commitment to move forward. And this is what I'm saying. I feel like it's all around choice with you. It's all around choice. Make the commitment to move forward. Okay? Yep. It's going to shift you. Absolutely is going to shift you. Probably a little bit scary as well in a really, really good way. Don't be afraid though. You've got the intelligence, you've got the gumption, you've got everything you need. So make 2021 different, and it's your choice. All right, so I hope that helps. Yeah, sure. I believe in signs. Very much so, I believe in signs. All right. Oh, there's another live feed at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can still do that. Me and the tow trucks had another meeting today. For anyone that knows, I've had a shit time, and that's the only word for it, the last few months with car repairs. It seems it's not finished. If anyone knows what you go and chuck over the volcano to appease the car gods, let me know, because I owe them obviously one hell of a sacrifice. All right, Courtney, let me focus on you. Sorry, I just want to give the cards a bit of a You know, it's so funny. The whole time that see what I was talking about my card when I was waiting for the tow truck. That's the card I did a video on when I was sitting. That's why I laughed. All right, so Courtney, I want to say to you, you've got improvement of self in situations around you, okay? And I feel like these are things that are coming into play slowly, and it's almost like I know that you've got involvement in it and that you're, helping orchestrate that, but I want to say that it's almost like things just falling back into place. Like I literally in my head see like water refilling a river, like when it starts to come over. I don't know if you've ever seen like a dry riverbank and the water comes down. That's what I'm seeing in my head. It's like restoration of natural order. Okay, it's a nice energy that's there. So you've also got the health card, which again just talks about thinking about long-term pay attention. It's not just physical health, it's mental, emotional, spiritual health as well. Though I do want to sit with physical health with you, but more so fitness side of things that's there, okay? So just be mindful if your back's feeling a bit weak or those kind of little bits and pieces that are there, just pay attention, okay? Pay attention. So you've also got, I wanted to pull two cards at the end there. So you've got the take a moment card, which just talks about taking a little bit of rest and things like that and being positive. Your attitude is a choice. Now, I feel like the significance in that is watching that river come back in and the restoration of natural order, okay? If a river takes a moment, it doesn't just, bang, it's full again. It comes in, okay? It comes in. And so that's where I say, just give it a little bit of time, but trust. Do what you need to do. I feel good here. I feel good here, okay? So just trust in that. There's definitely improvements coming in. It's a really nice image that I have there, and that's quite significant, I feel, that restoration of natural order, okay? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right. Where are we at? Again, guys, absolutely don't need to, but I appreciate it. If you put a dot in between like, did I put a dot? Anyway, please like my Facebook page. Please like my Facebook page. All right, let me go back to comments. I do not, guys. Just on here, I don't do mediumship because I simply want to be able to validate. For those of you who know that I've worked with mediumship, I'm an evidential medium, so I'm just going to go, I've got your grandma here, blah, 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 blah. I want you to know who I'm sitting with, so you just don't get the opportunity on the live feeds. However, join me on the mediumship demonstrations that'll be on soon, and if you like my Facebook page, you'll know when they're on. All right. Where'd I go? Yeah. I've seen you. I'm going to pick this comment because I wanted your name before. However, yeah, as you know, I don't do mediumship on here. However, I do want to pull a card for you because I was drawn to you before. All right. So let me pull the card for you, Tiffany. Card. Relationship. Yep, no problem. So again, what it is that's going on around. He is about though, and again, yeah, he is about. I feel like you know that. I feel like you know that. keep seeing motorbikes, like dirt bikes. Relationship. Nice. Okay. So you've got the change of luck card, which talks about energy shifting for the better. However, you've got the the health card that falls straight after it, which talks about, again, think about, well, this card's coming out a lot. There's always a theme that's there. What I want to say to you is that I almost think these cards should be the other way around. That when we pay attention, because your third card's the male, okay? And since you're asking about relationships, it's there we're talking about partners, okay? What I want to say to you is that change of luck comes in when you pay attention, all right? You know, it's such a hard thing, like when we talk about relationships and all of those kind of bits and pieces, which is something that I've had to go through a lot myself and something that I sit with a ton. Honour boundaries, and sometimes we're afraid to create those boundaries around us because we think that we're going to lose what's with us or that the world's going to fall apart. You know, all of those kind of little bits and pieces that are there, and so we compromise and we choose second best and all of those things that's there. And you know, heaps of people will deny that energy as well. No, I don't do bullshit. Is don't. You know, I've done it as well, and all I'm asking you to do in that energy that's there, and I guess why I even bring that up is just to don't be afraid to go. You know what? This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I can compromise with, but these are the things that are really, really important to me. And allow yourself to be nurtured and honoured and things like that, because when I say that sentence, I get a smile on my face. The energy shifts. The energy shifts, even within me, the energy shifts, okay? So I feel good around this, but you just need to, as cliche as it sounds, remember how awesome and spectacular you are, and don't accept anything second best than that. And if it is, as I say, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, waddles like a duck, it's a duck. Don't try to make it a swan. Okay? See the truth for what it is around you on a continuing basis. Honour yourself in the highest regard. Work out what your boundaries are and stick to them. And I feel really, really positive around you. And I can honestly say to you that you're going to find that shift very quickly. I will say within 6 months. Okay? So I hope that helps. Hope that helps. And yes, just because you are one of the people that has asked for mediumship on here, Tiffany, keep an eye out on the page. There will be mediumship stuff. It's similar to what's happening here, but a little bit different, obviously, in a different format. So, yeah, like the page and you can stay in tune with it because there's nothing up about it particularly yet. All right, but it'll be up over the next week. All right. Guys, even those of you have had a reading with me before, positive recommendations, again, no obligation, but if you can leave a positive recommendation on my Facebook or on my Google, you know, you can go Google Soulful Creations, or even if you just Google me to come up. Much appreciated. Very, very muchly appreciated as well, okay? Muchly. All right, let's keep going. Let's click back down to the bottom. There we go on timeless. Kat, as I've just mentioned, I don't do mediumship on here, but if you like the Facebook page, you'll see that there is opportunities for that coming up soon, okay, outside of readings. It's funny when you go right down, they roll quickly. Guys, just double check your sometimes the questions can be a little bit hard to understand, so just double check your I don't care about grammar and bits and pieces, but yeah, there's a couple of questions there that got like repeat words, I think just a little bit misspelled, and I'm kind of drawn to you, but I'm not quite sure what you're asking, so just double check and feel free to comment again. If I'm meant to find you, I will. Hey, Ruby Wheeler, I would like to pull a card for you. Did you make the right change? Yeah, I want to say it wasn't easy. But you can see the bigger picture here, I feel, and I feel like you also kind of knew it was time, like emotionally. Yeah. So, You've sealed the deal. You've made the commitment to move forward. Stick with that energy. Don't second guess yourself, okay? Even things that go a little bit off the path of what we thought they were going to, bring in lessons and all of those kind of wonderful things at the time. You know, when I look back and I go, such a huge circle to end up doing back what I was doing when I was 3 years old, you know, but that circle had to come into place. Pardon me. I'm not sick, guys. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've quit smoking. And so I'm coughing a bit this week, but I've quit smoking. I haven't had a cigarette for 5 days. All right. So, Ruby, focused on you. So make the commitment to move forward, okay? And so that's what I want to say, stick with it, okay? Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You got the stay connected card that's there that just talks about just that, stay connected with yourself, okay? Because I feel like there's opportunity and also a little bit of hard work. I feel like you can take what you've got right now and actually build on it, and I feel like that energy is already in a plan for you, okay? So stick with that, all right? Yeah, be positive. Your attitude is a choice, and that's what it says. Just be excited. Be excited. There's good things in this. I feel like you're where you're meant to be right now, okay, Ruby? So I hope that that helps. All right. Yeah, do I have availability for paid readings in the next few weeks? Absolutely, Tiffany, because this is my full-time job, okay? I do not work anywhere else. All I do is this business. And so you will find, unlike other mediums who do have to work full-time or choose or whatever else like that, you know, we're all different, I just have the fortune and blessing of being available 7 days a week, should I choose to, and don't have any other work commitments bar you guys. So yes, absolutely, you will sometimes find me booked out a week or two in advance, but for the most part, I just don't open up more slots. So that's why you'll never find me booked out mostly. So yes, absolutely. Just jump onto the Facebook, click book now, the website, and click book now. It'll take you, that's there. Local postcodes are only getting face-to-face at the moment, simply because of COVID. You'll find that they're not listed, so you need to message me. Yeah, watch that then, because like it kind of, yeah, just awesome. Pay attention. Comes up for a reason. Yep. All right. Victoria, I'm moving out in a month or so. Is there any guidance for me, please? How exciting. All right. Is there any guidance? Oh, yeah. Oh, I could be cheeky with that, just in the whole, you know, life experiences and all the rest of it that's there. And you know what, I'll say that because it's coming up with me as well, that shit happens, you know, in life. And I'm not saying that you're in for a whole heap of it or anything else like that, but just remember to take things in your stride, okay? Just remember to take things in your stride, because absolutely little challenges and bits and pieces are going to come up along the way. Just take them in your stride. Don't feel anything big around that I want to kind of go. So yeah, take it in your stride. Freedom. Interesting. All right, so you've got the healing card, which just talks about being patient and allowing some healing in. Now, interestingly, when I was like kind of talking and talking to you about, you know, taking things in your stride and things like that, I was feeling like self-doubt and little bits and pieces of that. I actually got like a vision of you standing there. And so I want to just say, for whatever context that healing has for you right now, you know what? It's interesting because I sit here and I talk and I have this whole little movie thing that's going on in my head, and then I pull the cards and it just holds like kind of, obviously it's going to hold relevance, or you would hope it is going to, wouldn't you? But what in that moment when I'm talking, what I saw was you standing there. I was shown about like self-doubt and bits and pieces, how far you've come, and then I was shown like how intelligent you are and how the environment that you've been in hasn't necessarily, I don't want to say it hasn't not been challenging, but that's not what they were showing me. It was just showing me that you're like moving forward a little bit quicker than some of the energies around you, okay, and that was okay. All right, so you've got that card that's sitting there. It's almost like we're moving on to the next phase to allow that energy to come in. As much as we don't collect dust and we clear that out, clear away. You've gone to a fresh start, clear away old energies and bits and pieces. And I know, again, it's easy for me to use those words. I've had to go through this myself. I know it's not easy, but have a look and see what you're carrying. And just, yeah, spend a moment with it, because you've got the health card that comes out thereafter as well, which, as I'm sure you've heard because it's come out a few times, it's not just about physical health, emotional, spiritual, mental health as well. Okay, so look after yourself. Don't overburden yourself, okay? But you've got that beautiful freedom card there, which talks about release, self-love, and determination, and all of those beautiful, fantastic qualities that you have. So yeah, be nice, be excited. Pardon me, you're a little bit uncertain. But if I pull you a few cards, like there's 12 in my spread, and then 4 of what you need to know most. So I'll pull you 12. You've got uncertainty moving forward, a little bit uncertainty, but the reason why I laughed is shit happens. As I said, shit happens. But have a look and see where you are and what you're doing and your actions around you, okay? And pay attention. That's actually the biggest card in the deck as far as pay attention. Just to where you are, like what do you want, what makes you happy and all of those kind of little bits and pieces that are there. So don't overburden yourself. I keep wanting to pick up a really heavy jacket and put it over myself. Then you've got the self-trust and self-belief, so just keep doing that, keep building up on that. You got the Unity card, which talks about love, relationships, and trust. And for me, this card just represents honesty in relationships around you, okay? And yeah, just bigger picture because you're moving on. That's nice. So you also got just take a moment. You got the no card, so let me just see what you've got to not do. Okay, yeah. Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate around decisions and bits and pieces. Just keep moving forward. And then you got that beautiful improvement of self and situation. So overall, beautiful journey that's there. I just want to say it's not without its hiccups, but as I said, shit happens, okay? And that's okay. Just it's a speed hump. Don't make a speed hump into a mountain, as I always say on that card. So I hope that helps. All right, let's give cards a little bit of shuffle. Good. Thank you guys for all the hearts and the thumbs up that's there. There's 103 so far that I can see, and that's awesome. That is such a good help. Such a good help. Always appreciate the shares as well, and I honestly don't care where you share them to. Like, don't share them to places that they're going to get the shits with you. Obviously, that defeats the purpose, but always appreciate a share. I've lost my little sharer. I used to have my daughter that sat here and shared, but now she works at KFC. She's like, yeah, can shove that pocket money up, Mum. So, yes. She's actually at work right now. All right. I'm sure she'd do it if I asked. Well, not at work. She's 14. She tells me to shove plenty of stuff up my bum now. The joys. All right, let's keep going. Comments. All right, sweet. Yeah, okay. Hello. There's a lot of energy in that, and I know that you and I actually have an opportunity to sit together shortly. So I want to pull some cards for you. I feel like this isn't the first time, okay? It may be the first time that there's been like a significant separation, but it's not the first time that you guys have been at this point. It feels like there's been at least, a decent length of time to this relationship. I don't want to sit there for hundreds of years, but I definitely want to sit with a decent amount of time. It's interesting, what comes up a lot, and I just want to see what comes up because there's a reason why particular cards come out all night. So like we've had the health card come out a lot, which talks about looking after your, your mental health, your physical health, and all of those kind of little bits and pieces. Okay, so you've got the male card that comes through, okay, it's just talking about being positive here, but it also talks about the freedom that's coming, okay? Now, and that's what I'm talking about that's there. How good have you actually felt? How good have you actually felt? So what I want to say to you is okay, there's a lot of energy that sits here with this. It's not just as simple as going, is there any hope of reconciliation? My question is, do you want that hope? And if you do, why? And so it's the cards are asking you, take 5, where are you in life? How you been feeling? Is how you feel good enough for you to feel the rest of your life? And if it's not, then there's some changes that need to come in. You've got a change of luck that's there that sits, okay? Then you've got the crossroads card, which talks about decisions, choices. Obviously, you've got that around you at the moment. Your external conflict, obviously, because there's another person that's involved. Your internal conflicts, because you don't know what to do, support, and your intentions. as I pull the cards, I want to say to you, you know, sometimes things have got to completely break for everyone to see what's there and what we've got. Sometimes you've got to lose what you've got to see how valuable it is, okay? But you're going to see this in a short space of time, and if you don't, then I still feel like there's going to be a positive shift of energy here. And not necessarily just around being single, okay? You guys have got stuff to sort out before we think about reconciling. And I can feel that regardless of whether the reconciliation comes in or not, the energies between you actually has some repairs that comes into play, okay? So either way, I'm actually feeling positive of the outcome of this. And I want to say to you, you're both going to be okay. There's a bit of work here to do, but what you need to know most is to see things for what they really are, okay? And that's where you're going to have to work from with that. So overall, we need to let go of the way things were, okay? Sometimes not everything's written in the wind. I don't actually necessarily want to write off a reconciliation because I can feel some reality kicking in here. However, the way things were needs to let go, okay? And there needs to be repair before we, otherwise it'll just be like, oh, we're back where we were 2 weeks ago. Oh, we're back where we were 6 months ago. All right, so it's not just as simple as that. All right. I hope that helps. I hope that helps for the time that I'm able to give you onto the live feed. But just know there's definitely an improvement of energy shifting. So, yeah, not necessarily in the relationship, but absolutely with you and between you two. Okay. Not that I've seen any, but no legal pregnancy health questions. Yeah. Thank you. I missed that one. It spun up. I'll go back up. All right. Carry. You got jumpy cards. Thank you guys for the thumbs and the hearts. Muchly appreciated. All right. Carry. Sorry, I wanted. Okay, so you've got the internal conflict card moving on, and where are you? So, internal conflict, caught in your own thoughts, a little bit of back and what do I do? A little bit of internal conflict even over the way that things are right now. But I want to say, you got the moving on towards better things, moving towards better things. Okay, so there's a shift coming in around. Moving on towards better things. I feel like, again, it's a shared responsibility almost in this. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, I felt like something was crawling on my leg. You've also got the Where Are You card, which in Australia you've been watching for, but that's the biggest card in the deck. This card asks you, like if today was your last day on Earth, are you satisfied with what you did? Are you satisfied with the way you challenged yourself? Are you satisfied with the way you confronted your fears? Are you satisfied with the boundaries that you accepted for yourself? Are you satisfied? And if not, what are you prepared to do about it? Okay, for me, what I do with that card, pardon me, is I write a list of, say, like, 5 things maybe that I want, or 6 things, whatever it is, because there's no set number, of things that I wouldn't be satisfied with. Like if I found that out for myself, what do I need to shift and change? And so then I write another list straight after. So if there's 5 things on that list, then I write a list of 5 things of what I'm going to do to counter react it. And it gives you a to-do list, okay? And once you sit in that energy that's there, gee whiz, you've got some bloody beautiful cards. You've got the Unity card, which talks about absolute truth and trust in relationships, and again, not just romantically, but absolutely romantically as well. Talks about the fact that you've made the commitment to move forward and you're sealing that deal, and then you get the prosperity card, which talks about financial growth, security, and abundance all around. Okay, so a little bit of energy on at the moment that might be like, ooh, but then it falls into something really beautiful. Okay, so go with the flow and absolutely don't be afraid to honour yourself through the process, because gee whiz, it's going to pay off. All right, so I hope that helps. That's nice energy, that one. All right. Let me just flip back up and then I'll flip down, because I just wanted to grab this one. Nicole! I keep catching my eye as I flip them down. Unrelated subject. That's there. I'm laughing because so what I wanted to say is that I am working on making some meditations, and we'll actually be putting something up on the page soon, because I'd like to make a few personalised meditations, and so I'll be looking for some guinea pigs to do that. I'm laughing because I've been mucking around with a piece of equipment and discovered that I've got a man voice. I mean, come on, the amount of times I've been called a man on the phone. One of the things that legit changes my voice. Well, I sound like a full man. So if you want a man one. Anyway, let me focus back through. But yeah, again, that'll be up on the page soon, and I'd probably love about probably about 10 volunteers around with that one, but just look out for the post. Look out for the post. All right. Nicole, anything that comes through would be so helpful for me. I'm due for a reading review again. General, beautiful. Okay. There's healthcare again. All right, so you've got the healthcare. What do I keep saying? The healthcare. Health card. Think about long term and pay attention. You've got the prosperity card and you've got the unity card as well. What do I want to say to you, Nicole? Things are okay. They're falling back into order. Just a little bit more work to do. Okay, so things are falling. Okay, yeah. So what I want to say to you, Nicole, is that it's almost like just keep doing what you're doing. When I sit into that energy that's there, I feel like you're already working through something. Okay. But then you got the prosperity card and the unity card. They're like two great cards to talk about. Again, financial growth, security, and abundance. But it also talks about honesty in relationships and things like that. And you've got to have good self-awareness. This card will never come up if your self-awareness is not there. Okay. So I want to say keep trusting in yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Still a little bit of a ways to go, and make sure that you're putting as much attention on yourself as you're putting on others around you, okay? There's a really nice positive energy here. I don't want to harp too much, but that's there for a reason, okay? So just make sure the balance is there. Make sure the balance is there, okay? So I hope that helps. All right. Where are we at? Time rise, 8:43, beautiful. I'm still here for a little bit. Still here for a little bit. A couple of you have asked there, just click on the page to book a reading. If you are local and you'd like face-to-face, you'll need to text me for the code, the link, the booking link. That's there. Bless COVID for that. Otherwise, just click book now, Zoom readings, 26th, 27th of February, I believe. If it's not 26th, 27th, it's 27th, 28th. Apologies for my lack of remembering. But of February, that weekend is a psychic fair weekend. You can book a reading with me for $50. Click on book now. You'll find it. It's all up already. That's there. Limited spaces, obviously. So first in, best dressed. First in, best dressed. All right. Hey, Kelly. How you going? I am well. Let me catch up. Nicole, please may I have any guidance? Yep. Let's have a look and see what the cards want to say today. Hey guys, for those of you who have Netflix, I'm sure that a few of you are already aware, there's a nice little series on at the moment called Surviving Death. It's the first episode's about near-death experiences, which is really interesting. Man, that is so freaking interesting. That chick should not be alive. And also, though, the next three about mediumship, and very specifically around trance mediumship, which is something that you guys don't get to see me do, but that I love. And it's really interesting. So if you're interested in trance, have a look at it. That's there. Have a look at it. It's yeah. It's not that I don't do trance in public, but yeah. Anyway, I loves it. It's well worth checking out if you got Netflix on. You know what's another awesome one that's only on Disney at the moment? One Strange Rock. One Strange Rock. One Strange Rock. Yeah, I've watched that like twice now. I still can't remember the name properly. That's freaking awesome. If you don't have Disney, you can buy it on Amazon. Actually, you can buy it on YouTube as well. I think it's like $17 for the series. That is so freaking interesting as well. Where do we come from? All right, sorry, Nicole. Interesting. All right, so you've got one of my new cards, which is the Leaf. Looking forward to getting these printed out, all high glossy one day. But this card is the answer is still blowing in the wind. Their lessons are within. Okay, so what this card basically is saying is that you're not meant to have all the answers right now. Okay, that there's still lessons that are coming in, and that if you kind of jump to the end too quickly, you're going to miss the substance in between. So for where you're at right now, you're meant to be there, but it's also about paying attention and to see what's coming in and not being afraid to call a duck, for example, especially with yourself and with others, the people and situations around you. Okay. Now, interestingly, you've got the Be Positive card that's there. So your attitude is a choice, and that is that, you know, I could take the lessons and not get too frustrated. Da, 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 da. However, you've got the Dead End card that sits there, which talks about this way does not work. I'm quite interested to see if you get the Patience card. Thank you. I knew that was coming. Yeah, because that's what I'm feeling when I sit up here like the answer's blind and then there's a dead end. Da, 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 da. Because she's not being patient enough, is what I get told. That's a 12 card in the spread. So, what I want to say to you is then life shit happens, but there's a beautiful opportunity of transformation around you, like clicking into your true self. And that's why I want you to pay attention to what's happening around you and take the substance out of it. You're moving on towards better things, okay? You need to look towards the bigger picture. As frustrating as that is, when you do it, you're going to see improvements of self situations and know that you're secure in that, okay? Yeah, you know what? You're not going to have all the answers right now, which is why you have the uncertainty, which is why your spread started with that card. However, just have a bit of patience. I probably can't see the cards. We've had this discussion a million times. But the patience that sits there. So what you need to know most is that your goals are not impossible. Just take a breath, regroup, make sure that your decisions and your choices are making the commitment for you to move forward, okay? And it doesn't necessarily need to be being singly, but again, as we've spoken about before, boundaries and honour and all of those kind of beautiful things that's there. Within all of this lays the opportunity for you to have those things that you want and for you to call out anything that's kind of bullshit, okay? So there's a lot of energy in that. So, and I know I can talk quickly through it, but I hope that that helps, Nicole. And if you want to listen to it again, we're at 48 minutes 32. All right, so let's keep going. How much longer have we got? Beautiful. Got to keep eyes on the time. I have a reading after the live feed. So guys, market day, don't forget, it's in QuickBook now. Sorry, I'm just going to give the cards a bit of a shuffle. Shuffle. Here's one. Please like my Facebook page. You're here. I'm pretty awesome. I am. Like, I'm funny enough to watch, can't I? At least. Like my Facebook page, please. It's been lingering in the frigging 60s for like freaking ages. So can we like get it out of there? Let's get it out of there. It's like 5,960 something for freaking ages. Get me to 6,000, please. Followers, I'm like at nearly 7,000, but yeah, it's just annoying me now. I want 6,000. Come on. Ah, the little things, isn't it? The little things. All right, let's keep going here. What? Who's that? What? Oh, fuck off. Seriously, if anyone wants to jump onto the fucking, that's what they are, pieces of poo. I can't even say your name. Adgi Borrow, this you, Goober, you. No, not you, not you, not you. You. This guy, this chick, fuck off. Seriously, they're such trolls. But anyway, other than that, if you choose to, every time I do a live video, I gotta go through and like change them all. Awesome. For reading a love spell. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. But come on, you know that they deserve a. Can I like? Yes, I can. Sweet. See you, dipshit. All right. It's alright. I've blocked him now. It's all good. Yep, sure. It's always like one or two. Always one or two. All right, Colleen. All right, so I'm probably going to have time to do a couple more while I'm here, guys. Again, would absolutely love just thumbs and hearts on the algorithm. Help spread it. Help spread it all the way to do, like, you know, scam land. So we're doing good. We're doing good. All right. Loves it. Stick it to him. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just ban them from the page too at the end. I've just got to scroll back through. But yeah, my biggest concern, just don't jump on them because they are just scam artists. Anyone that sits there and tells you got a spell on you. Colleen. Nice. Okay. Beautiful. I want to actually say you're figuring things out. You got the joy card, the dead end card, but the freedom card, and it's like this beautiful sandwich in between a bit of reality that's there. So the joy card, the reason why I use that is because it does talk about peace and happiness and harmony and all of those beautiful qualities like all coming kind of into one, which is why I chose to use the word joy. And I feel like you're aware of where this can come in, okay? But off the back of something else to kind of not work. It's almost like there's been a shift prompted in you. Okay, and you might be partway through that process because the cards are in the order that they're in, but I want to really smile and I want to say that what you're doing is leading you to where you want to be because you've got that freedom card that sits there. Release, self-love, determination, know your goals are not impossible, just keep your worries and doubts in check, be a little bit patient, mindful of your procrastination, embrace the changes, make sure you focus on the good things that are coming through because you know what, You've denied yourself long enough every time it's there and you're letting go of what holds you back and you know it's time. So what you need to know most, there's a change of luck coming for the shift of the energies. You've got support. Take a chance. Nothing changes if nothing changes because you've got decisions and choices and directions. Okay? So keep doing what you're doing and keep putting you as number one. Even if it's just like one day and then the next day. You keep going. There's such a beautiful positive energy here, okay? So Colleen, I hope that helps. All right. That's right. Who wants to? Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to grab you. You can, just because I was like, you, no, it wasn't you, not you. Tanika, I'm absolutely happy to pull a card for you, but I didn't want to leave you up there as the troll. All right, so keeping an eye on the time. I do believe that I will have time for one more after Tanika, and then guys, you can join me on Monday, and you'll also find me here again next Friday at 8 o'clock, okay? And again, love to see you guys get my Facebook page over 6,000, please. Please. All right, Tanika. I like that name. Okay, so you've got the yes card, so which is why I've popped another one on top. and you've got the love card and you've got the cycles card. And just for those of you interested, I added the leaf, the yes and the no, which all serve different purposes. But anyway, I'll keep reading because time is short. So, Tanika, you've got the freedom card that's there. So that's what it's talking about. Really focus at the moment on self-love and on that beautiful determination that you've got. You've got the truth, happiness, and the desires card in the love card, okay? And again, for me, for those of you that know me, you'll probably know that I'm one of the biggest love cynics around, but I'm also one of the biggest believers in true love. Cut all the bullshit out in between. And so for me, this card is talking about the fact that you are moving towards these beautiful things. You're honouring yourself enough to do so. You've got the cycles card that sits there, which talks about the fact that beginnings and endings are a natural order. So it's maybe off the back of a bit of challenge, okay? Maybe off the back of a bit of challenge, but holy cow, it's you're in the right direction. You're absolutely in the right direction. Don't let other people get into your way because you are blossoming into your true self. Your goals are coming in and around you, and there is a big completion around you, but with that comes the opportunity of beautiful new growth, okay? So just stay focused on the bigger picture, focus onto yourself, go through your challenges, let go of what no longer serves, and trust in your intuition that you're doing the right thing, okay? This is a nice card. You're moving through something, but it's meant to happen, okay? And it's going to take you to a good place. All right, so I hope that helps. All right. Yeah, okay, so, you know what? I'm just going to close my eyes. Whatever is up there is up there. Laurie, okay. Please, yep, sweet. I'm just going to do general for you guys. So guys, as I said, I'm back on Monday. They couldn't give a rat's anyway. Yeah, they're too busy telling you that you got. I can remove that spell from you. It's been in your family for generations. Laurie, let me focus on you. So guys, again, thank you very much for those of you that are going to start looking out. And yeah, always appreciate a positive recommendation. Okay, a little better. Let me just get rid of that so it's not distracting me. Oh, I can put people in timeout. How cool is that? You're in timeout. All right, beautiful. All right, Laurie. All right. Okay, beautiful. You've got the sunset card, okay, and what this card represents is the end of an era. It's quite a significant card. It talks about the end of a way of a life, the new phase of life coming in, you know. And what it wants to kind of really acknowledge the fact that not everything going back there that we're moving on from was bad. You know what I mean? It's lots of lessons, lots of da-da-da-da-da. It's like a journey in life, but now we're moving on to the next section that's there. So embrace that, okay, because tomorrow's a new day. The sun rises, and when the sun rises, it's always beautiful and spectacular, okay? Just taking a moment to regroup, recuperate, rest, be mindful, okay? Just take 5. This is, you know, sometimes the end of an era is quite big. What? Then you get that beautiful transformation card, which talks about blossoming into true self. So this is absolutely a moment that's meant to be moving forward for you, okay? Absolutely. There's some changes coming, which obviously you've got the sunset card that's a given. Just be mindful, okay? Don't create delays to avoid action. Like you've got the procrastination card that's there. Don't be afraid to move forward here. Don't sit too far into, you know, any kind of negative emotions or anything else like that. This is absolutely meant to be, all right? You've got the alarm clock there. You feel it and you know it. It's all good, okay? It's all good. This is nice. This is going to enable you to move on to something very strong. So I hope that helps. All right, guys. Again, thank you absolutely very much for all of your comments and support this evening. Again, please like my Facebook page. I always appreciate a review if you feel so inclined. Other than that, I'll be back on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll be here Friday at 8 o'clock as usual. And yes, other than that, I will leave it there. Much love to all of you, and I look forward for you joining me again. That was close enough. Thanks, guys. Always appreciate you being here.